प्लीज़ चलेगा इतना भी, मेरा आवाज़ वैसे भी लाउड है। हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन, यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन, यशोदानंदन व्रजजन रंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सतत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सतत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्-भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Am I audible? हरे कृष्णा, इसका स्वागत है। वेलकम ऑल टू Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class. Good morning. Today we are looking from Canto 2. Name of the canto is The Cosmic Manifestation. Chapter 10. Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Shloka 11 and 12. Because 11 doesn't have purport, I will just go through it. Then 12th you can repeat after me. श्लोक नंबर 11। तास्वासित स्वसृष्टासु सहस्रम परिवत्सरान् तेन नारायणो नाम यद आप पुरुषोद्भवः। Translation: That Supreme Person is not impersonal and therefore is distinctively a Nara or person. Therefore the transcendental water created from the Supreme Nara is known as Nara, and because he lies down on that water, he is known as Narayana. Text 12. Please repeat after me. Dravyam karma cha kalascha swabhavo jiva eva cha yad anugrahataha santi na santi yad upekshaya. Dravyam karma cha kalascha swabhavo jiva eva cha यद अनुग्रहतः शांति न संति यद उपेक्षया। द्रव्यं कर्म च कालश्च स्वभावो जीव एव च yad anugrahatah santi na santi yad upekshaya. Please recite. Dravyam karmascha kalascha svabhavo jiva evacha yad anugrahatah santi na santi yad upekshaya. Dravyam karmascha kalascha svabhavo jiva evacha yad anugrahatah santi na santi yad upekshaya. One more. Dravyam karmascha kalascha svabhavo jiva evacha yad anugrahatah santi na santi yad upekshaya. Mataji's word to word meaning. Dravyam, physical elements. Karma, action. Cha, and. Kalaha, time. Cha, also. Swabhava jivaha, the living entities. Eva, certainly. Cha, also. Yat, whose. Anugrahataha, by the mercy of. Santi, exist. Na, does not. Santi, exist. Yat upekshaya, by negligence. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation. One should definitely know that all material ingredients, activities, time and modes, and the living entities who are meant to enjoy them all exist by His mercy only. And as soon as He does not care for them, everything becomes non-existent. Please repeat after me. One should definitely know that all material ingredients, activities, time and modes, and the living entities who are meant to enjoy them all exist by His mercy only. And as soon as He does not care for them, everything becomes non-existent. Purport. The living entities are the enjoyers of the material ingredients, time, modes, and etc. because they want to lord it over the material nature. The Lord is the supreme enjoyer. The living entities are meant to assist the Lord in His enjoyment and thus participate in transcendental enjoyment of everyone. The enjoyer and the enjoyed both participate in enjoyment, but deluded by the illusory energy. The living entities want to become the enjoyer like the Lord, although they are not meant for such enjoyment. The jivas, the living entities, are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita as Lord's superior nature or para prakruti, and so also it is mentioned in the Vishnu Puran. Therefore, the living entities are never the Purushas or the factual enjoyers. As such, the spirit of enjoyment by the living entity in the material world is false. In spiritual world, the living entities are pure in nature and therefore they associate in the enjoyment of the Supreme Lord. In the material world, the spirit of enjoyment of the living entities by dint of their own actions, karma, gradually fades by the laws of nature, and thus the illusory energy dictates in the ears of conditioned souls that they should become one with God. This is the last snare of the illusion energy. When the last illusion is also cleared off by the mercy of Lord, the living entity again becomes reinstated in his original position and thus becomes actually liberated. For this attainment of liberation from the material clutches, the Lord creates the material world, maintains it for some time, 1000 years of His measurement, as stated in the previous verse, and then again annihilates by His will. The living entities are therefore completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. and all their so-called enjoyments by scientific improvement are crushed into dust when the Lord desires. Om Jnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaye Kripadbhaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namaha Madhurya Ujjvala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Apasiddhanta Dhvanta Harine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padam Bhojayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Avirbhav Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratushe Namaha Panchatattvaakmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktaavtaram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Jayatam Surato Pangor Mamamanda Matergati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bhoja Radha Madana Mohana Divyadvundaranya Kalpadrumada Śrīmad Ratnagara Simhastanastav Śrīmad Radha Shila Govinda Deva Prishtalibi Sevyamana Smarami Śrīman Rasara Sarambi Vamshi Vata Tatastita Karshan Menu Suner Gopir Gopinathaya Shriyastuna Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Before we discuss Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, I like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas so that whatever I speak should be in parampara. It's for the purification of my own heart and for the pleasure of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. So here we are in the chapter entitled as Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Bhagavatam, we understand that Pariksit Maharaj is asking question to Sukadeva Goswami, and then Sukadeva Goswami narrating Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to Pariksit Maharaj. This is all, and he is giving the answers to mostly Canto 2. This is the last chapter. Canto 2 talks about technicalities of creation and sub-creation. In this chapter comes why it has all the answers. In the purport, Prabhupada specifically mentions two things. If you read the purport again, or if we understand the purport, first he says that when living entity, they are actually part and parcel of Lord Krishna, just like machine has its part, and part of the machine cannot be separated to use it. For example, a nut bolt, it has to be attached to machine so that it can function. Like our finger, if the finger is removed, detached from the body, it has no value, right? When it is connected to the body, it performs the action. Similarly, the soul, which is the part and parcel of Lord Krishna, has to be in consonance or in same power with the Lord to be able to enjoy this material world. But this doesn't happen, right? Why it doesn't happen? So Kunti Maharani in her prayers, she mentions Maya javanika channam adnya dhokshanam avyam na lakshase murdusha nato natyo dharo yatha. So what is that stopping us from seeing the real understanding of Krishna is the illusory energy or the external energy of Krishna, Maya Devi. She has put the curtain in front of our eyes. So that is why we cannot perceive the Lord as He is. We think that the actual understanding is we are the part and parcel of Krishna. We should enjoy with Krishna, and He is the main enjoyer. Because Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita that Bhoktaram Yagyata person. I am the enjoyer, not you. He is telling us. But we, because of that illusory energy of Maya, we cannot see that Krishna is the real enjoyer. The materialistic people think that I am the enjoyer. But Prabhupada writes in the purport that when this endeavor to enjoy this material world of a conditioned soul gets exhausted, when it gets exhausted, when after multiple attempts to enjoy this material world, we get nothing in our hand, no enjoyment. The enjoyment is like a titillations, or it's just for a fraction of a second. This some people or some of the conditioned entities may come to understand that, oh, I have spent my whole life enjoying, running behind women, money, liquor and everything, but I have not enjoyed anything. So then second part, Prabhupada writes in the purport, the second part says, then the living entity starts to think that I am God. Forget about the enjoyment, because I couldn't enjoy in this material world. Now I want to become God, equal to God. So one thing is that the living entity thinks that, okay, I want to become God, or once I quit this body, I will become God. The another point is that the living entity brings Lord to his own level. That Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, avajananti ma mudha manushim tanumashta. That living entity thinks that Krishna has also as a material body. He is like one of us. Same features, 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands. So he is like one of us, and he gave philosophy because he was blessed. So we are also blessed some or the other way. I got enough experience that material world is false or there is no enjoyment. So I want to become God. This is another view that Prabhupada is mentioning. But Prabhupada says that from all these illusions, first illusion is I am the enjoyer. Second illusion is I am a God also. That is the illusion. So from these illusions, who can be saved? Who can be saved? The Prabhupada writes, only by the mercy of Krishna one can be saved from this. So what is this mercy of Krishna which flows through the parampara system? Let us understand this. So when Bhagavatam was being spoken by Sukadeva Goswami to Pariksit Maharaj, now one may think, as we understand that what is the purpose of Bhagavatam? That Krishna Swadham Upagate Dharma Jnana Dibhisaha Kalo Nashto Dushamesham Puranarko Adunoditaha. So when the principle of dharma was being, or rather the dharma personified, Lord Krishna, he went to his abode after the Kurukshetra war. So what happened? The Gyan and Vairagya, both are, he took both the things. But what he left behind is the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the literary form of himself, Lord Krishna. And it is the 12th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam which mentions that shloka. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam yad, what is the shloka? Amalam Puranam Amalam yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. So this is Amala Puran, which is going to give light in this age of darkness, because illusion means what? We are not able to see the real thing. When the curtain or veil of Maya is there, we are not able to see the real thing. So what will help us? Yeah, Shri Radha Madhav ki. Shri Shri Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maiya ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Prabhupada ki. So what will help us to understand the real Lord Krishna's existence is, what will understand? That mercy of Krishna or hearing of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Now when Sukadeva Goswami was narrating this Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, what Krishna say in Bhagavatam, it is understand that this Bhagavatam is spoken for whom? Pariksit Maharaj, because he was the person behind the Bhagavatam was being spoken. This is one point of view. But did Pariksit Maharaj thought any time ki because of me the Bhagavatam was being spoken? No, he glorified his Guru or Sukadeva Goswami, that because you are a person who is bereft of any vice, कुछ कमियां नहीं है, तो that is why you are able to speak this Bhagavatam. Even when Suta Goswami was narrating this Bhagavatam to Naimisharanya sages, headed by Shaunaka Rishi. Shaunaka Rishi also, they also glorify, they also wanted this Bhagavatam being spoken. Why? Because they were doing yagya and they thinking that this yagya is not being fructified or iska fruits nahi aa raha hai. So they requested Suta Goswami to speak because he heard from Sukadeva Goswami. Now they are also glorifying Suta Goswami, saying that you give us this understanding. So this is another point of view. But when we see that the why Bhagavatam, who is the real cause of Bhagavatam being spoken, is Lord Krishna himself. Because he thought that I am going now from this material world, and these living entities of this Kali Yuga will not have any understanding of the absolute truth without this Bhagavatam being given to them. Isn't it? So that is why the chapter entitles as Bhagavatam is the answer to all the questions. Now, when we understand this, that okay, chalo, Bhagavatam is the answer, has the answer, Bhagavatam is be spoken, Krishna is the cause of everything. Now, when Krishna speaks in Bhagavad Gita, this is also there. What does he say about this material world? There are three people, the three kinds of people. That one is the karmi, and other is the group of transcendentalists. In the transcendentalists also there are two divisions. One is Mayavadis and maybe one are devotees who are really want to achieve Krishna's grace. Now for the karmi people or the materialistic people, what is the aim of this material world? Is just to enjoy. Okay? For the so-called transcendentalists who are impersonalists or Mayavadis, for them what is the purpose of this material world? Sorry? To merge into love. I want to become God and I will become Narayan. That's why they call themselves Narayan. But the understanding or the devotee's understanding is, what is the purpose of this world? That this world is a Dukkhalam Ashashvatam, and ultimately we have to go back to our place of our eternal Father and enjoy with Him. So, wonderful example, I think Radheshyam Prabhu gives this example, that a small girl child, she sees her mother cooking and nice preparations are being done. So she requests her mother, please, I also want to cook like you. The mother says, no, you assist me. Right now you are very small, you assist me. And when you old enough to cook yourself, you can do it by yourself. Till the time you assist me. So she cries, no, I want to cook. So then what the mother does, she goes to the market, gets the small baby some cutlery and gives it to her for her satisfaction. So she is trying to make something out of it. She is making noise of that cutlery. She wants to put a flame, but there is no flame, right? So ultimately she cannot cook that in that cutlery. So when there is a hunger for her, what she will do? She will have to come back to the mother to eat the food. So similarly, we in this material world, we may also think that there is an enjoyment apart from Krishna in this material world. We may try to do some jugglery to enjoy this material world, but ultimately we understand that the enjoyment is not here. We have to go back to our eternal Father. So these three understanding of karmis, material enjoyment, Mayavadis, they think that we want to merge, and devotees, they want to go back to Godhead to eternally stay with Krishna. So Krishna clarifies this in the Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyate samcharachara hetu nanena kaunteya jagad viparivartati. He says that there is particular hetu. Now what is Krishna's hetu? What is Krishna's purpose of the creation of this material world? That he wants to show enough to understanding the living entities that this material world is dukhalayam ashashvatam, and you cannot eternally reside here. You have to come back to the material spiritual world, which is illuminated. Krishna says all these verses that na tadbhasayate suryo na shanko na pavaka. So yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama parama. So you have to come back to here where there is no artificial things. Everything is eternal. Everything is self-illuminated, and you can stay with me, enjoy with me. So this desire or this purpose of Krishna is matching, or rather devotee's purpose is matching Krishna's purpose. But the other two purposes of karmis, that I want to enjoy this material world, and the Mayavadis to merge into Krishna, are not matching with Krishna. Right? So their understanding of the Bhagavad Tattva, or understanding of Bhagavad Gita, understanding of the literature is incomplete or incorrect. So that is why they are not able to achieve the real goal of their life. And this is we are able to understand because it is the mercy of Krishna upon us through the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada or previous Acharyas. These purports of Bhagavatam are being spoken in a correct way. That is why Bhagavad Gita called as it is. This message of Krishna is being passed to Arjuna. Arjuna also was under pressure or was in dilemma what to do in my life. He was not understanding his duty. But when Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita, he understood, yes, karishe vachanam tava. He said that, yes, I will follow your words. Nashta moha smritir labdha. My illusion has been dispelled. So this illusion is there. When we are in this material world, this illusion will be there, 100%. But this Nashta moha, the way Arjuna was rid of this illusion, how can the illusion in front of our eyes will be removed? Just by the mercy of Krishna. This is what Prabhupada is trying to tell us here. That without the mercy of Krishna, this Bhagavatam or this purports of any literature we will not be able to understand. So when we as a devotee understand, yes, what is the purpose of our life, it is with resonance to Krishna's understanding of this material world, then we can rest assured that there is enough mercy in our life of Lord Krishna that we are able to understand his purpose. Isn't it? Because otherwise we would also be in a mood of enjoyment at least before coming to ISKCON or before reading Prabhupada's book. Very few of us would have understand the real purpose of our life. We had questions or we were distressed in our life, whatever it is, because of trying to enjoy this material world, and then understanding, bahut zyada enjoyment ho gaya, this is not the real thing. We have to read Prabhupada books. And when we came into the touch with Prabhupada books, we got the real flavor, real understanding of this life. So that is how the spiritual life is progressing for us. And this is what Prabhupada is trying to tell us here, that if there is no connection, if there is no understanding that Krishna is the absolute truth, and that is being explained in a bona fide sampradaya, our understanding of the spirituality will be a futile attempt. It's just that we are thinking that when we go out on the streets, right, we distribute books, we meet many people. We are also Krishna, hum bhi Krishna ke bhakt hai. We are also doing bhakti. But their bhakti is not in the bona fide sampradaya or not correct understanding. Because many of them, as we understand, in 90% or 95% of the people have understanding towards this, that everything is energy. We merge into energy at the end of the life. Why this? Because the real understanding that Krishna is the absolute truth and we are his servant, we are his part and parcel. He is the enjoyer. I am not the real enjoyer. This is cannot be digested unless and until there is a mercy of Krishna and Prabhupada's influence, Acharya's influence. We will think that, okay, I am the enjoyer. Why Krishna is the only enjoyer? Why Krishna should be in the center of everything? Why I am not there? So this envy towards Krishna, envy towards the Supreme Lord, keeps us, Maya Devi keeps us in that illusion, yes, you are the enjoyer. And then when this enjoyer, the conditioned living entity, when cannot enjoy enough in this material world, then he says that I want to become God. I also want to become like a Krishna. Because we see Krishna has many opulence. Krishna has 16,108 wives. Why cannot I also have that much? Why cannot I enjoy like Krishna is doing? So this kind of understanding is, Prabhupada is saying, is actually, it's not good. It's incomplete. We cannot achieve the real purpose of life. And in one sense, this is a aparadh towards Lord Krishna, to think that we can also become Krishna, or to understand that Krishna has taken the material body and appeared in this world and he is speaking Bhagavatam, or he is speaking Bhagavad Gita. This is a incomplete understanding of the Bhagavad Tattva. So Prabhupada, that is why I'm mentioning here, if we see, when the last illusion is also cleared off by the mercy of the Lord, the living entity again becomes reinstated in the original position and thus becomes actually liberated. So the last snare of Maya is that we think, the conditioned living entity thinks that he is the God himself. And this can be cleared only by the mercy of Lord Krishna, or when we are in the bona fide parampara hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. That is why Prabhupada has given us this program of hearing Bhagavatam daily, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Without hearing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam from a bona fide Acharya, it's not possible to have a clear understanding. It's very difficult. This human birth is rare, first of all, in this 84 lakh species. And out of that rare human birth also, we are getting an opportunity to associate with Acharya, to associate with the pure Vaishnava. It's very rare, and we have got this opportunity because of the mercy of Krishna. And by mercy of Krishna, this illusion can be dispelled. And when this illusion had been dispelled, what happens to us? That we understand that there is no hope for us in this material world. We cannot enjoy this material world on its own, our own. So we start serving the Supreme Lord. And in that, when we understand that, yes, there is a purpose behind the life of a conditioned living entity in this material world, is that he is the servant of the Supreme Lord. And eternally we have to serve. Aisa nahi ki, okay, when we are practicing Krishna consciousness, people think that the problems of the material world can be solved by this, taking to this process. But this process also has a timeline to be given. We have to practice this process throughout the life. And it's not that we practice for 1 month and then we become liberated. Not possible. The sadhana and sadhya both are same. What we are doing right now, chanting, dancing, feasting, the same activities have to be done in the spiritual world. So that is an eternal process. When we have taken to this bhakti process, eternal. When we chant, the chanting has to be eternal. When we do kirtan for the pleasure of the Lord, it has to be eternal. It cannot be shortened. It cannot be kept, we'll do it for 10 years or 15 years and then I will enjoy in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, so Prabhupada writes in the last few lines of this purport, that from this attainment of liberation from the material clutches, the Lord creates the material world, maintains it for some time, at 1000 years of his measurement, as stated previous, and then again annihilates it by his own will. So Krishna is creating this material world for our understanding that this material world is a dukkhalayam ashashvatam, and we should not entangle ourselves in this material world, keep ourselves in this material world again and again, thinking that okay, in this life my attempts of enjoying this material world had become futile, so let us try again in the next life We have desires, we have activities, and the reactions of these desires and activities that we are put again into the womb of the conditioned living entity. We take birth again here, and this cycle is repeating again and again. And this, we are in the clutches of the illusory energy Maya. And it is said she is the best servant of Krishna, because she is making sure that these conditioned living entities who do not have faith in the words of Krishna, do not have faith in the words of the Acharya, should stay here in this material world rotting. They may think that they are enjoying, but they are actually rotting and suffering in this material world. That is what Prabhupada is saying. Attainment of liberation means getting out of this material body. Not only human material body, any 84 lakh species में से कोई body में से, the liberation पाना, that is the real goal of our life. And if we are able to do that, then there is a success. There is a parity with the purpose of Krishna's creation of this material world. And ultimately, Prabhupada in the last line, he is clarifying this point, that the living entities are therefore completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord, and all their so-called enjoyment by scientific improvement are crushed into dust when the Lord desires. So without the mercy of the Supreme Lord, it's very difficult for us to understand the purpose of Bhagavatam. Otherwise we will, just like I said, we will be in the cycle continuously going again and again, back and forth, continuing the trial for achieving material enjoyment. This will go on. So the mercy, when we see this mercy of Krishna coming in the life of different devotees like Arjuna, Pariksit Maharaj, Pandavas, this is an example for us that how we have to develop, or we have to live our life. Prabhupada quotes this verse in many of the purports of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. This is, I don't know the source of this verse, but Prabhupada quotes this: Vede Ramayane Chaiva Purane Bharata Tatha Adva Antvacha Madhyacha Hari Sarvatra Giyate. So the meaning of this verse is, in all the literatures, be it Vedas, be it Ramayana, be it Puranas, be it Mahabharata, anywhere we see the glories of Lord Krishna are being sung. And one who can perceive this, that yes, Krishna is being glorified in this verse, he has understood the real essence of his life. And this is how Pariksit Maharaj understood, because when Sukadeva Goswami was speaking Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it was not a monologue that Sukadeva Goswami is just telling him stories. What was the impetus for Sukadeva Goswami to speak? It was the questions from Pariksit Maharaj. So when we see that at the end of the sixth canto, Pariksit Maharaj asked, why Krishna allowed Jai and Vijay, the devotees, to fall down, and why Prahlad Maharaj? Many questions which are contradictory. Why devotees fall down? We see that once devotees go back to the spiritual world, they don't fall down. But why Jai Vijay came down? The question Pariksit Maharaj asked. Then the whole canto 7 is being spoken. Jai Vijay came just to please Lord, and they took birth as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. Then why Hiranyakashipu was inimical towards his own son? How can father be inimical to his own son? Then the story of Prahlad Maharaj being spoken. So this is, the Bhagavatam is not being spoken just to give information. It is a question, the inquisitive question from a devotee when he is inquisitive. Oh, tell me about more pastimes of Krishna. Why this is happening? Then the Bhagavatam is spoken. Otherwise, if we see this chapter, Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Canto 2 also has Chatusloki Bhagavatam, which was spoken by Krishna to Brahma. So ideally the Bhagavatam should have been over by this time. Everything has been given. No, but it is going on. Why the Pariksit Maharaj is asking the question? Similarly in Bhagavad Gita also, the chapter 2 says, what is the name of the chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita? Contents of Gita summarized. Everything is given by Krishna in a summarized form. But that doesn't end here, because the third chapter, first question, first sloka, Arjuna asking the question, "Are you told like this and you are telling like this? Please clarify this point." So when Arjuna asking the question, Krishna is going further and giving the detailed description of the tattva or the philosophy. The stories also. So Bhagavatam for us, as I heard, this Bhagavatam for this earthly planet is just 18,000 verses. We can understand this much. But the Bhagavatam for the higher planets has many more verses. So Krishna's pastime doesn't end here at 18,000 verses. They are going on. And the more inquisitiveness the devotee has, it will be spoken. It will be revealed to us. So this knowledge is not something that we sit with a book and read it for our own pleasure and for increasing our IQ or SQ, whatever it is. Intelligence mera badh jaye. And then I give 7 days Bhagavatam discourse, many followers are there. No, that is not the purpose of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. No janam. So when we speak Bhagavatam, the followers should not be for that how we speak Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam is for the purification of heart. The heart has all that kalmash. What is that kalmash? Is I am the enjoyer of this world. I am the God. That is, these are the kalmash Prabhupada is saying in this purport. And this purpose of the Bhagavatam is to purify those unwanted desires from our heart. And again, when this purpose is understood by the devotees or by the conditioned soul, then he is eligible to go back to his eternal Father's place. So 2 things, I summarize this understanding. 2 things. One, we have to have a purpose similar to Krishna's creation purpose of creation. That is, this material world is dukhalam ashashvatam, and eternal, the conditioned living entity has to go back to the spiritual world to enjoy eternally with Krishna. This we should also have that same kind of understanding of the material world. And second thing, Bhagavatam is for the purification of heart, and it is glorified just because the devotee's eagerness. So this is what we can understand from this verse. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any questions you can ask or comments from Vaishnavas? Yes, Hitesh Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So I had one question. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada says that the last snare of Maya is thinking that I am God. So this illusion is also taken away by Krishna by his mercy. So this is the last snare of Maya. It means that this is the biggest illusion or smallest illusion that is to the living entity.
Every illusion is the biggest only. Start from when we consider ourselves that I am the enjoyer. This is also biggest illusion, isn't it? The materialistic people, see, this is a gradual thing. If you understand the purpose, it's a gradual thing. First you enjoy a lot. Then after the enjoyment, you think that the enjoyment was not enough. So now I want to become God. Like this thing. But somebody may think, no, the enjoyment is not enough. I want to still enjoy. Even if he is suffering, he is getting the kicks of Maya. He may think that, okay, I had one car was not sufficient. I'll have 2 cars. That was not. I'll have 3 cars. I will have more bank balance. I will have multiple partners. This he can think, na? So this is more enjoyment. So this is also biggest roadblock. But one who understands, okay, that is why it's told, there are transcendentalists. Transcendentalists is what? They are understood that the material world is dukhalam ashashvatam. But in those transcendentalists also, there are 2 kind of people. One who thinks that I can become God. That is also illusion. So trying to become spiritual or practicing spirituality doesn't mean you become devotee or you have a right to go back to Godhead. You can become spiritual and you can become Mayavadi also. Understand this line?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember the purport. In one of the purports of first canto, because a few days ago we were discussing this, Prabhupada explains this. This transcendentalist doesn't mean that it has again two things. And then Prabhupada explains that these Mayavadis, they are not, they are put into illusion not by external energy, they are put into illusion by the internal energy. Prabhupada writes there. I'll find out, maybe I can give you that reference. So this is a roadblock again. Even if you want to become spiritual, if you want to achieve spirituality, this is a roadblock. Understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that is a Prabhupada. Last snare means what? Last attempt of Maya. There are a lot of attempts he is doing here. Money, woman, wine, everything she is doing for our illusion. If you come out of that, you understand this Dukhala Mashasana, then there is again a roadblock. That you think yourself a god.
Yes, Prabhuji. So these are called Mayavadis, those who want to become one with...
Sorry?
Those who want to become one with the Lord, they are called Mayavadis, right?
Yeah, Mayavadis or impersonalists, you can say. Spiritualists but not devotees.
Okay, thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, our Madhurukanaya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, after reading the translation of this verse and some other places also we have read actually that in this that Krishna creates the living entities, and as soon as he doesn't care for them, everything becomes non-existent. And many places Prabhupada gives example, or in Bhagavatam also example is given that just like a child creates some play home at the bank of river and then again destroys it. Similarly, Lord also does about with this material world. So that means Lord, He has not created this thing for to enjoy for the enjoyment of the living entities, but for His own play He has created, and whenever He wants, He destroys. So it means like we are just like puppets in His hands, and we don't have any independent things, because whenever He wants, He creates, whenever He wants, He destroys.
Yeah.
So same thing appears from this.
So you mean to say we don't have a will?
Like we are just puppets and...
Yeah, fine, but as I understand that when Krishna creates this material world, the enjoyment is there in this material world. He has given us the regulations to enjoy the material world. You can enjoy in the regulated way, and then also you can uplift yourself, come to the place of, to the Brahma, and then come back to spiritual world. So this is the one way, and go through that cycle with the enjoyment, like not karma kanda, but maybe you can say karma yoga. You do activities, but in resonance with Krishna's understanding. Enough enjoyment is there in the material world. Krishna has given that regulations. We can follow the regulations, still enjoy. But then the path to back to Godhead is long cut then, or long way to go. We will come to Swarga, then take a step, come to Brahma's life, and then go back to Godhead. This is my understanding. This is the way we can go. And there is shortcut is like taking to bhakti directly, not following, not even the allowed sense enjoyment to enjoy, or to enjoy that allowed sense enjoyment. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, ki kamosmi bharatarshava, dharma aviruddha bhuteshe kama. So there is an enjoyment of kama, but that is as per the principles of dharma. So there is an enjoyment, isn't it?
Yes, I wanted to ask that it's like it is said that the living entity, by his desire, he came to this material world. But from this verse, it seems to me, at least, that we came to this material world by the desire of Lord only.
That is why I gave the example of girl child asking for want to cook. So she also want to enjoy, or she wants to, the living entity wants to enjoy. But living entity cannot enjoy in the spiritual world. So Krishna is going to take this playground for you in the material world. Enjoy here. If you are confirm that this dukkha lesson, come back. Otherwise, keep rotting over there. Isn't
So,
it?
like that desire also came because of Krishna, because just like we gave example of Jay and Vijay. So they were sent, they didn't have desire to come in this material world. But still they were sent by the desire of the Lord.
Yeah, ultimately you can say everything is
similarly,
Krishna's
all
will.
the living entities, they are sent by the desire of the Lord only, it seems like.
हो सकता
So
है.
ultimately, like,
Maybe an expert philosopher can get. But I understand, yes, maybe, yes, because of Krishna's will only will come down. Otherwise, why Jai Vijay fall? It is with the will of Krishna. Why Arjuna became doubtful? Because will of Krishna. Why Bhishma Pitamaha chose to fight on the Kaurava side? Because of will of Krishna. So everything is will of Krishna only. Our will doesn't make any sense, but still Krishna has given us some liberation to think and to choose our own side.
okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So what does this mean by he doesn't care for them? I couldn't remember. He doesn't care for them means what?
Yeah, I was also doubtful of this when I heard the lecture of Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. So he does not care for them. That means again they are rotting in this material world. There is enough provision given to all of us, like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, ki samam sarvabhuteshu namaidasyosti na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maiteshapiham. So one who is not understanding this purpose of Krishna's creation of the material world, one who is not understanding the appearance of Bhagavatam, he is rotting in this material world, doesn't care for them, means the father is giving all the benefits to the son, but son doesn't want to follow the father. What father will do? He will just say, okay, his own will. So that is the way. The living entity's own will. He cannot interfere in the will of the living entity. So that is how he does not care for them.
So next line is everything becomes non-existent. So everything means this is like living entity is becoming non-existent, or the material things which are mentioned, material ingredients is becoming non-existent, because Bhagavad Gita says Nat vivaham jato nasam. We cannot become non-existent. We are always existing.
Yeah. So now when I heard this lecture, there are two perspectives to everything what we see. जैसे मैंने बताया 2-3 examples बताए. From the point of view of Pariksit Maharaj, he may think that the Krishna saved me in the womb, in the size of thumb. So he wanting कहाँ पे है Krishna, कहाँ पे? Everyone, that's the name came, Pariksit came. So from his point of view, he cannot think that for me Bhagavatam being spoken, right? From Sukadeva Goswami point of view, okay, yeah, from our point of view, okay, Pariksit Maharaj is the cause of the creation or cause of Bhagavatam being spoken. But from his point of view, it's not, he cannot think like that. He has never spoken, Pariksit Maharaj, कि मेरे वजह से भागवतम appear हुआ है. प्रहलाद महाराज भी नहीं बोले कि मेरे वजह से नरसिंह प्रकट हुए हैं. But we think that yes, Prahlad Maharaj glorifies Narad Muni, that because of Narad Muni, to keep the words of Narad Muni, Narasimha has appeared. Whereas we have been taught, no, appearance of Narasimha Dev is for the protection of Prahlad Maharaj. So two views of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam cannot be like black and white. So similarly here, everything becomes non, from which point of view? Krishna doesn't care for them. This material world, he says in Bhagavad Gita, one verse that he says even though I have created this, I am aloof from this. I don't know the verse exactly. I am aloof from this. So he doesn't interfere in this. His energy is acting everything. He doesn't care for what is happening in the material world, in so-called wars are going on, so-called crimes are going on. He is not concerned with that. He is concerned with what devotees are doing. And he takes care of them. That is why he says, na, that sloka, samam sarvabhuteshu. Who जो मेरे को भजन करते हैं उनका मैं ज़्यादा देखभाल रखता हूँ. It doesn't mean that I don't care for them, but I have provided for them, but I don't look at them. So for his point of view, from Krishna's point of view, it has become non-existence. Not from our point of view. So when I was hearing lecture, every action, every story in Bhagavatam has two perspectives. If we see from that angle, that is what I understood. Some of you, maybe Prabhuji can some other points. Any other question? Others, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, in the purport, Prabhupada gives solution, the mercy of Krishna, which can, all the snares of Maya will be killed. So how we can attract the mercy of the Lord very fastly?
You have already attracted the mercy. You are being able to sit here, hearing Bhagavatam, attend morning program. There is a mercy of Krishna, enough mercy of Krishna to understand that if we see, already you have attracted the mercy, there is mercy. It may be because of your efforts or it may be Vaishnava's blessings, that the mercy is already there. We just keep on hanging here somehow the other way in bhakti.
There are so many subtle anarthas are there, and this all things are there inside. So to clarify all of them and become completely
It is not
situated.
a one night job. It is not a it takes time, and that is why I said, we just hang around here in the association of devotees with all the problems that we face, all the be it our own mind body problems, be it devotees not we are facing difficulties because of other devotees. We just have to bear with that, become more tolerant, and then if Krishna desires, we'll go back to Godhead. So ultimately his desire works. So in short, Krishna wants us to become humble, that we don't have anything on our hand. We are not sadhana siddha bhaktas, we are kripa siddhas. So कृपा कभी आएगी, अब इस पूछोगे तो जब भी आनी वो आएगी. That Krishna also knows, Prabhupada also knows. See, you understand this point. How much is the population of this earth? 800 crores मेरे हिसाब से, कुछ तो ऐसा कुछ है आंकड़ा. 800 करोड़ में से कितने भक्त है अभी? कितने इनिशिएट भक्त है, कितने डिवोटीज हरे कृष्ण मंत्र बोलते हैं? 1%? No 1%. I don't think 0.1%. So don't you think that Krishna will take care of that 0.01% people? Will take care, ना? So that is why Prabhupada says, Prabhupada के शिष्य जब प्रभुपाद को लेटर लिखते थे कि I have this trouble, I cannot survive. प्रभुपाद इतना ही बोलते थे, till the time you are chanting 16 round, Krishna will take care of you. That's it. इसके आगे कुछ नहीं लिखते थे प्रभुपाद. तो हमें भी याद रखना है कि यही हमारे लिए इंस्ट्रक्शन है, 16 माला का जप करते रहो, मरते समय तक कृष्णा विल टेक केयर. और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है. ठीक है? सो दिस इज ओनली वे टू, वो मर्सी आए नहीं आए या कभी आएगी उसका चिंता नहीं करना. हमारे लिए क्या है, 16 माला का जप, 4 नियमों का पालन, ये हम करेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली कृष्णा विल टेक केयर. ऑलरेडी इज टेकिंग केयर. वी कैन, एवरी वन ऑफ अस कैन सी सम blessings in our life, some blessings, some changes in our spiritual life. There are there. ऐसा कोई बोल ही नहीं सकता मुझे है ही नहीं मेरे तो इधर क्यों बैठे, फिर ऐसा क्वेश्चन आएगा. There is something in our life, so we are here. So it will come. अभी 1% आया, बाद में आएगा 99% मर्सी बाद में, है कि नहीं? हरे कृष्णा. Any other question? Thank you. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, ताय गौर प्रेमानंदे.